Welcome back. Now I think it's time we actually had a look at some of these new adventure missions that have opened up. Do you mind, sir? Went right in front of the camera. Terrible. Anyway, question marks here. Did you steal my Faunus red sheep? Don't make a scene here, or I'll sue you for slander at the Realm Keeping Commission. If you didn't steal my Faunus red sheep, why are there suddenly so many lamb dishes on your shop's menu? Oh dear. It's the season when the puffer goats are ready. I purchased lots of premium puffer goats, which explains why there are so many goat dishes at my place. Also, there are plenty of restaurants on the Lao Fu that offer lamb dishes. Why do you only look for my trouble? Their lamb doesn't taste as good as yours. I find it hard to believe you only use ordinary puffer goat meat in your food. But the Garden of Gourmet's prestige will never use stray sheep from unknown sources as ingredients for our food. It's not a stray sheep. It's the Faunus red sheep. I don't care what it's called, 'cause it's none of my business. Just stop causing trouble here, you nutcase. Oh dear. That's the weird person about the cause of the argument. Bit harsh. Alas, my poor Faunus red sheep. They didn't even get to enjoy much freedom after leaving their harsh pen. Oh, Aeon of Abundance, who spares us from suffering. Please don't forfeit my merit for this. Aeon of Abundance? Are you the disciples of Sanctus Medicus? Shh, can you keep your voice low? I'm just an outworlder who lives here and keeps to myself. I have nothing to do with the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. Greetings, though. My name is Benna. I like to set animals free with some of my outworlder friends when I have the time. Let me make it clear that I am different from those evil people who kill and steal in the name of abundance. On the contrary, my friends and I are practicing the virtuous side of abundance with our actions. Why are you bothering Gao? Is it Gao? Tang? Then? It's because the Faunus red sheep I released has gone missing. The lovely sheep of crimson wool is an endangered species in their home, so I spent a fortune to buy a herd of them, thinking of releasing them into the Scale Gorge waterscape. But when I went back home to check on them, I realized they were all gone. Alas, it would be great if an expert investigator could suddenly show up here. Hello! I wish the investigator would be generous and willing to help kind people like us gratuitously. Pay me and I'll help you. I mean, that's so mercenary of you. When I released the sheep, I never thought of asking them for my money back. And you should know that by helping me, you're helping those missing sheep too, and that will earn you the merit with the Aeon of Abundance. You'll be in good health and have great luck in the future. What's merit? Can you eat it? Fine, I get it. Both sheep and humans have to eat, well, to survive. Since someone is willing to give up merits in exchange for cold hard credits, I'll fulfill her wish. Let's exchange numbers to keep in touch. As I have other business to manage, I'll leave the Faunus red sheep case to you. Let's meet at the Alchemy Commission to discuss updates on the investigation. Oh, let's, yes. Sure, but it disappeared from my list straight away. Didn't even get a proper chance to press L3. So, let's see here. Bestial Ferocity, okay. Right, over we head then. Where's the nearest? Probably there, actually.
Let's take it in turns. You rest. I'll stand guard.
You're always standing guard, though. Always. We'll speak to you later, mate.
Mission always takes forever.
Worry not. I'll handle it.
Hello.
Yes, none of this is our concern. The journey has only just begun to...
Huh? Where'd the sound go? Don't do this to me. Hearing half a sentence is like developing half a photo. I'll be up all night thinking about it.
Ooh. Not why we were here, though. What brings you to the Realm Keeping Commission today? I'd like to borrow a ting. Do you mind telling us the purpose of your loan? The ting is forensic equipment. By right, it can't be lent to civilians. You talked about Benna and the matter about the 4 whatever red sheep. After listening to you, Jingyang heaves out a meaningful sigh. It happens again. You can borrow this ting. But you have to submit your results to us after you complete your investigation. Is there a problem? I'm not sure. Why don't you check out the situation first? Just drop me in line if there is a problem. Please be careful, though I know you can probably deal with any danger with your combat skills. Can we now? Alright then, so we need to head on down here, so let's head here. So something else is going on here then, really. Ooh, there's a chest down there. Was that there before? And there's one of those biggies. I should really grab you.
Time well spent.
Get you sorted, mate. While I know where you are.
What a headache.
Is that all?
You don't look so good.
No, they've looked better. They've looked better.
Lend me your strength.
Don't mess with me.
This ends here.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Don't see a need to heal or anything at this point. Right, let the game sort the rest out for me. Got the trotter.
Forged in ice. Never falters.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies.
Illusions of the past. That one really just sticks in my head. I don't know why.
Lend me your strength.
Who's next?
How is that one not dead?
Lend
Come
me
on,
your
game.
strength.
Get on it.
To guard and defend. Crush them.
That's better.
A sharp scythe needs targets.
Why have I got a trotter thing on the screen? I don't need that. Going to Bender, this is where the released sheep went missing. Let me use the ding to search for clues in this area. Ow. Oh, there you are. Footprints. They seem to belong to an animal, and I think there is more than one pair. Let's follow the footprints for clues. Alright, let's follow this trail then. The range on this is quite significant, isn't it? Over there, okay. A wolf. I was looking at the chest. You are simply a walking, moving lunch. A pack of wolves watches you hungrily. They are hungry. That'll taste good. Go eat that thing. What?
Don't mess with me. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
You're gone. Almost got you.
Let me tend your wounds.
You're rallying howls. How dare you?
Lend me your strength.
I'll end your misery.
This ends here.
Disappear among the sea
If
of
I'm
butterflies.
lucky.
Illusions of the past.
Good. Right, you're done. It doesn't take you a lot of effort to finish off the hungry wolves. As you're about to check their carcasses, a graceful but sarcastic female voice comes from behind you. Oh no, you've killed them. What shall we do? They attacked me first. Even so, did you really have to kill them? Humans are intelligent because we can decide how much violence to use based on the situation. Let me introduce myself. My friends on the Laofu call me Zhongshan. Those who are closer to me also call me Zhongshanshan. My friend, you may not be aware that you have killed an animal released by the Unshackled. They are a group that enjoys rescuing animals from dangerous situations and releasing them. Your actions earlier not only undermined your own merit, but also nullified the good deeds of a member of the Unshackled. At this point, you might not be able to understand the belief of the Unshackled. Just be aware that these wolves are owned by someone. That's it. Your actions earlier not only broke the heart of the Unshackled member, but may have also enraged that merciful Aeon. What will happen if I enrage the Aeon? Who knows? The will of the Divine is unpredictable. Members of the Unshackled wouldn't be happy to see their hard-earned merits going down the drain. Why don't you come with me to meet the 4 Benevolent Ones of the Unshackled and explain yourself? Sorry, it's the 3 Benevolent Ones now. Why 3? Is this a new scam? I don't think they will ask you for compensation. After all, money means nothing to them. They attach great importance to intangible merits. Just see me as a tutor who recruits new followers and encourages people to do good. The 4 Benevolent Ones, the 3 Benevolent Ones should be at the Alchemy Commission right now. Let's head over there. But what about the chest? Right, good. I want the chest at least. You gotta get these things. You gotta get these things. How are we doing on this map? Anyway, that's the wrong button to check the map completely. Okay. So I'm missing 2 chests somewhere. Because we got the trotter, we saw that. What's that? Oh, that's another echo of war, isn't it? Yes, of course. Right, but anyway, let's get out of here. Ah, that's where we need to head, but I have no clue how to get there. So if we're on this floor, how do we get there? I have no idea. Go here. Maybe we can figure it out. I mean, I was trying to find this location at some point anyway, so... I mean, there's the trotter there for this area. We'll leave it be. We've done a trotter already in this part. Maybe it's just down here then? No. So, I need to get down there. So I need to go down here. There we go. This is what we need, isn't it? Ugh. Camera went a bit weird though. Bang. Okay, so we need, from the looks of it, down this area. Right, we can use Sealer properly now. With her stealth. There we go. This is where I was trying to find when we looked at the map earlier. Travels afar. Assuming because that's the last anchor we got there. Oh, there's an elevator. Of course. Of course there's an elevator. I know where we are now. Yeah. Look, the 4 people over there are the 4 Benevolent Ones of the Unshackled. Let me introduce them to you. I thought it was 3. The woman on the left is Tonya, the leading figure of the Beast faction in the Unshackled, and passionate about releasing powerful wild beasts. The wolves you killed were released by her. I think you've met the one next to Tonya. Her name is Benna, and she's the leader of the Nurture faction. This faction mainly releases rare, fragile, and endangered animals. Next is Keithman. He leads the Plant faction that is dedicated to releasing plants. Last but not least, that's Nanan. Their names are all over the place. This fellow is a local, but he's just been jointly ousted from the 4 Benevolent Ones by the other 3. Why? It's because he likes to release the microorganisms in water. The other 3 leaders think he's not taking the act of releasing life seriously, so they called him leader of the Fooling Around faction and kicked him out. Please wait while I explain your incident to them. Oh dear. Zhongshan approaches the 4 Benevolent Ones and talks to them. After a while, she turns around and beckons you over. Hello, everyone. Good day. Zhongshan, is this the young talent who is interested in joining us? Yes, this is Twitka. Some of you might have heard of the name. This is the distinguished guest invited by General Jingyuan of the seat of the Divine Foresight. When did I say I want to join them? When you agreed to come with me and meet them. Didn't you say yes? Because you wanted to do good and learn more about the way of abundance and the Unshackled? What? Wait a minute. Isn't this the person I hired to investigate the disappearance of the faunus red sheep? Have you got to the bottom of it? Yes, it was a bunch of abominations of abundance that ate your sheep. Don't worry, this heroine, Twitika, already eliminated those monsters. I'm not injured, so there's no need to pay for my medical fees, you know. Eliminated them? You killed the wolves I released? How brutal. And you, Zhongsan? What do you mean by the abominations of abundance? How many times do I have to repeat myself? Those that received Yaoshi's blessing are no abominations. So Tanya, you are the culprit. I only released the faunus red sheep in the Scale Gorge waterscape because I thought the area was free of beasts. Why did you release the wolves there too? Shut up, both of you. The gold-fringed alfalfa I released were all eaten by the sheep. Your annoying alfalfa grew all over the place and disrupted the entire ecosystem of the planet. If it hadn't been for your alfalfas, the faunus red sheep population wouldn't have boomed, and they wouldn't have been hunted to near extinction by the local hunters. And I wouldn't have had to buy them at a high price and release them. Alright, stop bickering. It isn't appropriate to fight before outsiders. Keep your mouth shut, you mineral water releasing clown. What's wrong with releasing the Scale Gorge spring water? At least I won't get embroiled in the ridiculous battle of the food chain. What exactly are you guys doing? Are you releasing animals or holding a beast fight? A certain suspended employee shouldn't be fanning the flames here. Is this how you welcome new members? Please don't be offended. We argue only because of the firm conviction we hold in our hearts. Everyone, please stop fighting. Although Twitika has killed the wolves released by Tonya and ruined those kind efforts, she intends to redeem this error by joining the Unshackled, apparently. They'll do a lot of kind deeds in the future. Will we? What? How does that sound, everyone? Stop, my darling wolves. No, I cannot accept this. I'm fine with it. After all, Twitika has helped me get to the bottom of the disappearance of the faunus red sheep. It's nay for me too. This person seems to be violent by nature. Can they understand the spirit of releasing life? Enough mineral water, guy. I can let her join us, but I'll be especially strict with them. I have no problem with that. Someone seems to have sent me a message. I should reply to it. Awesome. Your membership has been approved unanimously. What? I remember. Every new member of the Unshackled has to go through a newcomer trial. Let's discuss the trial to be arranged for Twitika. Zhongshan has a point. Let's test Twitika's abilities through the newcomer trial. Someone's looking for me. Please go ahead with the discussion. Don't go too far away, girl. Now that you have killed my wolves, you must contribute the same amount of merits whether you join our group or not. That's the only way I'll forgive you. Yes, I'll ignore them and check the message first. Alright, so... Go to it. I was wondering why I was going over there. I was like, shouldn't I check my message before I go over there? But no. Twitika, did you find the sheep? Miss, are you okay? Please reply if you see this message. Are you still alive? I'm alive. Sorry, I just got around to answering this. Found the sheep, but they were all eaten by wolves. The wolves haven't had enough and wanted to eat me as well. I dealt with them already. And then I was taken to see a group calling themselves the Unshackled. And they insisted I join them. What a bother. Then join them. Why? You're making me scared to join them. You know that the Alliance does not ban merchants who worship the Plague's author from coming to the Zhen show and trading here. This open-minded policy is bringing quite a bit of trouble for the Realm Keeping Commission as we try to maintain the peace here. This group, the Unshackled, is one such trouble. Sure, its members are law-abiding individuals. Right. And have not committed any crime. However, these people believe in the path of abundance, and they will accumulate good karma if they release living beings into the wild, thus earning good fortune for themselves. They have started to release more and more creatures, even including some invasive species. Oh dear. It's quite a headache for the Commission. That's why we'd like you to infiltrate the Unshackled and crumble them from within. The Realm Keeping Commission will reward you lavishly. How do I crumble them? I don't even know how to help you, even if I want to. You're too humble. All 6 commissions are recounting your legendary exploits, infiltrating the disciples of Sanctus Medicus and taking them down by wit. You're a professional when it comes to destabilizing such organizations. Of course, we won't force you. If you really can't dissolve them, you can always just give us intel on their future actions, so we can prevent them from doing anything outrageous. Anyways, thank you in advance for this business. The Realm Keeping Commission will reward you lavishly, for sure. Jinyan is literally talking to herself. I should probably go back and talk to the members of the Unshackled. I wonder whether they've decided on the kind of trial to put me through. Twitika, you're back. I just discussed with the 4 Benevolent Ones about the newcomer trial. It's 3 Benevolent Ones now. Well, we've agreed that we should let you solve the problem at hand for us. I believe you can tell that the creatures we released have formed a food chain. Heathman's plants were eaten by my faunus red sheep, and my sheep were eaten by Tonya's beasts. If this goes on, all the merits we have accumulated will be in vain. Plants can't fight. This makes them the biggest loser. I don't have to worry, as I'll never have such concerns. That's why our microscopic faction is better than anyone else. One more word from you, fooling around faction, and I'll smack you. Okay, please don't start another fight. Anyway, the newcomer trial for us two, as the master and a student, has been decided. We have to solve the food chain problem among the 3 Benevolent Ones. Indeed. When did I become your student? Well, it's my duty to train the newcomers of the Unshackled and help them pass the trial. In a sense, that makes you my student. Finding the solution that meets the needs of all 3 of us is the core of this trial. This newcomer trial is quite interesting. Please allow us to discuss it in private. Twitika, follow me. The living creatures released by this trio formed a food chain and consumed each other. This has dealt a devastating blow to their friendship and beliefs. But how can we guarantee the living creatures they release won't form a food chain? I'm going to go with that option. How about we let them release the same species of creature? Just, is there one that does fit that logic, though? That's a brilliant idea. 3 species can form a food chain, but the same species won't hurt their own kind, right? The 3 Benevolent Ones are very stubborn. Once they have decided to do something, hardly anything can change their minds. Let's find out the similarities among the creatures they like to release. There must be a kind of being in this world that can meet the needs of all of them. There must. Right, so what we got then? What's the matter, Twitika? What are the criteria for a species that can be released by the Nurture faction? Our position is pretty straightforward. We aim to rescue and protect endangered species that are so overhunted and scarce that they can hardly sustain their population. Alas, it was for this reason that I released the Faunus Red Sheep into Scale Gorge Waterscape. Little did I know that I was sending them to their demise. Okay. Looking for me, what are the criteria for species that can be released by the Plant faction? Be a plant. Capable of photosynthesis, easy to cultivate, and has no accretion. That would be a plant, the perfect creature to be released. If you can pass this trial, it shows that you have great potential. What are the criteria for a species that can be released by the Beast faction? If you ask me, I think everyone from the Unshackled should endeavor to free powerful beasts from human captivity. No more hunting falcons or fighting dogs. Let them unleash their vitality in nature. After all, isn't it in line with the laws of nature and the way of the hunt of the Zhen Show to allow living creatures to hunt freely in an environment that's suitable to them? Twitika, let's compile a summary and see whether there are similarities among these 3. Firstly, there's Tonya. She wants to free powerful beasts from human control. Next is Benna. Her goal is to rescue endangered species that are unable to reproduce. Lastly is Heathman. His criteria is the simplest, yet most demanding, as he's only interested in plants. In other words, we need to find an endangered and ferocious plant. This is so challenging. Do you have any ideas? Man-eating plant? Do you mean a carnivorous plant? That's indeed a ferocious plant, but I don't think there are any endangered species. If you've been to Von Wack, you'll know it's full of carnivorous crown flowers. Lately, there have been sightings of scary leaf walkers on the Zhensho, creatures with foliage growing all over their body. It's hard to say whether those things are human or plant, but I don't think anyone would want to keep them in captivity. How about inorganic beings? Do you mean mechanical creatures like cycranes and ditings? Your idea sounded outrageous at first, but now that I think about it, it sounds even more outrageous. What's ferocious about cycranes? Besides, people see them flying by all the time. They couldn't be endangered. If there exists a mechanical lifeform species that is unable to be repaired or manufactured for some reason, it might fit the criteria. However, I've never heard of such a place. There's an isolated doomsday city called Belobog. Belobog? I think I've heard of it before. Are you talking about the planet that has returned to the IPC's economic sphere recently? Yaloy-8? How intriguing. It is said that the planet was never heard from again after it was struck by a large-scale disaster. If mechanical lifeforms were present on such locations, most of them will be troubled with technological regression. In that scenario, they can be counted as ferocious and endangered. Your idea is promising, but there's a problem. This thing isn't a plant. The word plant has a broad definition. I know where you're going with this. We can use a broad definition of plants to include mechanical creatures. Since you proposed this idea, you must know where a rare mechanical creature from Belobog can be acquired, right? Who should I turn to if I want to purchase Belobogian mechanical creatures? Serval, maybe? After all, she owns a workshop. You there? Want to ask something about automatons? Automatons? I get it. Every dashing girl has a dream to drive mechas, right? Before we continue this conversation, let's get two things straight. 1, those things don't have a cockpit, you can't sit in it. 2, they are weapons for the Silvermane Guards, not for sale. What if I fix one instead? If we fix those junk scraps the guards don't want, your brain works pretty fast. We can't sell intact weapons, but we won't be breaking the law if we pick a few broken models from the scrapyard and fix them up. Well, I'm going to send you a coordinate. Go there to find me as soon as you arrive at Belobog. Wow. I like the idea that we could potentially go back to Belobog as part of this. Oh, do we have to refurbish discarded products? Since this is a decision we made together, let's do our best to make it work. Let's set off to Belobog. Yeah? Over there, right? Cool. I like the fact we're going back here as part of this. Especially because I can just, teleport there very quickly. Does help. Oh. What's going on here then? Serval, how you doing? Tritica, it's been a while. Who's this lady next to you? Hello, my name is Zhongshan. I'm Tritica's strategic partner in the purchase of mechanical life forms. Mechanical life forms, strategic partner. Interesting choice of words. Before taking these scrap metals with you, I must ask you a question. And I'll take your answer as the advanced payment. Why are you two interested in the technology of Belobog? You tell Serval the whys and wherefores of how you joined the Unshackled. Treat the machines in Belobog as endangered creatures and release them to a faraway world in order to accumulate merits? Being isolated in Belobog for so long, it's hard for me to accept such a novel idea. Do you mean the idea of releasing machines? Everyone defines machines and living things differently. About releasing the machines, if it's to protect certain animals from being harmed, then I can understand. However, the idea of pleasing the Aeon through such actions is quite bold. Does it matter to Aeons how humans behave? Is there someone up there who constantly reviews the morality of our actions? Will we get our points deducted when we hurt a living thing and gain points when we rescue one? I'm afraid it's a sign of arrogance for humans to think that their actions are that important. I agree. That's what I think too. Anyways, I don't expect the opinion of a mere mechanic like me to hold sway over the unshackled. Since you regard these machines as living things, you need to at least administer treatment and bring them back to life. Zhongshan crouches down to examine the automatons. Things are slightly better than I thought. The technology used in these automatons is archaic. Oh, sorry, Miss Serval. I mean to say that it is vintage. As the presiding physician, I can't do all the work by myself. Twitika, I require assistance. See those override modules I bought? Try to remove the casing on the automatons and search for the right port to connect with the modules. Is it a puzzle? Puzzles! Oh. These automatons are defunct to the core, however, they might be salvageable if some of their key parts can be replaced. Okay. I was hoping puzzles. Let me see, how should I connect to the central processor? Forget it, I'll just connect them directly to the override modules. Is that wise? Oh, the engine is still running. This machine seems to be in pretty good condition. Alright then. Ah, now we get the puzzles, okay. Simple enough, this one feels like. There we go. I'm learning a lot by observing you two at work. Okay. Might be it. Potentially. There we go.
Not bad at all.
Phew, it's finally done. Repairing a machine is way more troublesome than smashing it with a baseball bat. What it would be. That there for now. There we go.
Not bad at all.
The lights on this automaton seem to be coming on. Is it hanging on to dear life, or is it the last flicker of a dead machine? Connect to the automatons. Twitika, careful. You hear that sound? Seems to be something wrong. Mode activated. Kill. Oh, very well.
Lend me your strength.
Go on, get
Disappear
it.
among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Ooh, I expected more there.
A will forged in
A bit
ice.
more difficult than I expected it to be.
Lend me your strength. Who's next? Lend me your strength.
This should do it.
Bend. Crush them. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
There we go. Wow, this is indeed a world that has survived a catastrophe. Every automaton is ready for battle. Thank goodness, Twitika, are you okay? If I'm injured, the Unshackled will have to bankrupt themselves to compensate me. Please don't count me in when you ask for compensation. Since Twitika has shown those automatons who's the boss here with their fist, I shall take on the duty of curing them. How's the work on your side? My job here is almost done. Miss Serval, thanks for your generous help. Twitika and I will be heading back to the Lao Fu. We can't afford to make the Grand Master's Meditus wait too long. Sure. Although there have been more merchant ships in Belobog recently, the city is still rather quiet and desolate. Please drop by whenever you have the chance. Goodbye. These automatons won't pose a threat, will they? Don't worry. What happened earlier was just an accident. I've debugged their programming, so now these automatons will only act according to the mode I've set. Now, let's split up. I'm sure the Astral Express conductor will freak out if we load so many automatons on the train all at once. Yeah, I imagine they will. So I've rented a transport ship from the IPC to bring the automatons back to the Lao Fu. You can take the Astral Express back. No need to rush. I've sent out invitations to the Benevolent Ones. We've agreed to witness the completion of your newcomer trial on the thriving land of Scale Gorge Waterscape. Remember to be there on time. On time? There's a time limit for this? It'd be funny if this area is now populated by these rabbits. Like, they become the enemy type here as well, because of this quest. Who's that over there? Oh. It's who we're looking for anyway. Zhongshan. Tutka, you're here. Yep. I've presented our plan to the Benevolent Ones, but they don't seem too pleased about it. It's time to convince them with our silver tongs. Let's chat with them one by one, just like what we did in the beginning. Okay. Why they wandered off over there? Like, oh, come down here. Be much easier, for me at least. This isn't what I expected from you. Mechanical creatures are everywhere, and the sky is full of those cycranes. Did you bring a ting with you the last time you were here? In what sense are they endangered species? Besides, you two are required to solve the food chain issue among us to pass the newcomer trial. How can these mechanical creatures solve that problem? Well, you don't know everything about these creatures. These weak and helpless mechanical creatures come from a planet verging on destruction named, Yelloy 8? Miss Benner, I believe you must have heard of this planet before, since you're close with the trade reps of the IPC. I heard that the planet has just resumed its trade lately. The place is no longer capable of manufacturing mechanical babies like these. Oh, it breaks my heart to hear this. So, is this the last batch of mechanical life forms left behind by a declining civilization? Exactly. They are an out-and-out endangered species. As new machines couldn't be made, we went all out to treat their lethal wounds. These little guys even fought valiantly to protect their human masters. Miss Benner, you'll gain a lot of merits by releasing them and freeing them from the crisis and their imminent demise. I've got it. Indeed, these helpless babies are really worth releasing. Okay, that's one sorted. It does feel strange seeing these guys here, to be honest. Mechanical creatures. That's a whole new way to look at this matter. Still, I must say the technology used to manufacture them is too outdated. I said before that the Enshackled should endeavor to free powerful beasts from human captivity. We must stop hunting for falcons and holding dogfights. Let them unleash their vitality in nature. These primitive mechanical creatures are poor, weak, and sickly. Every joint of theirs trembles, and the bolts on their casings threaten to pop out as they move. Alas, I guess we have to show you some proof for you to believe us. Automatons, attack Twitka now! What? Listen, now is the perfect time to show Miss Tonya how powerful these mechanical life forms are. Do I deserve to be beaten up? What? That's just not on. Again, it feels weird having these enemy types here.
Lend me your strength.
I'm going to take it off auto because they're not attacking the ones I want them to attack, which is like this one.
I'll free you from your
Then that one.
chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Just
I'll
reduce
enter
their numbers
misery.
very quickly. Oh, we're out of skill points. You what, mate?
You'll pay for that. Lend me your strength. Don't mess with. disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Bosh. What a great jewel this is. Of course, these wonderful mechanical creatures from Yaloyate are enslaved and sent to the battlefield by their ruthless human masters. They sacrifice themselves and bear all the damage in the human stead. Miss Tonya, you'll gain a lot of merits by releasing them and freeing them from their heartless human masters. I understand, I have no more questions. Right, that one's solved then. On to the next one. Plant. That's going to be difficult. Plant. Is it solar powered? Heathman, you don't seem too happy about this. I can understand the theoreticals, but are you sure this kind of thing is a plant? Capable of photosynthesis, easy to cultivate, and has no excretion. Plants are the perfect living creature to be released. You said that, didn't you? Watch this. Zhongshan opens up the cover at the back of the automaton, revealing the override module you installed. This is a certain device that controls this machine, isn't it? I don't understand how it is related to my definition of plants. Well, it's an override module powered by a folded solar panel. This mechanical lifeform before you relies on solar energy, which is photosynthesis, to move around just like the plants you love. It's easy to cultivate. Heathman wipes away the sweat on his forehead, looking distressed. So it's a plant. This is unacceptable. It can't be a plant. Absolutely not. It has to be, at least look like one. What does a plant look like? Must it have a huge trunk? Must it come with beautiful flowers? Or must it have a tuber buried in the ground? Could you draw me a picture of a plant so that I can fix the appearance of this life form before you? I think you've got a point. So, how do we do in this newcomer trial? It's a pass. I'm fine with this. Really? That one's the stretch. They bought it. They really bought it. Oh no! I'm about to die laughing. What are you laughing at? Isn't this hilarious? They have worked out their differences and agreed to release the same living thing. Isn't this kind of happy ending worth our laughter? Okay, that's enough laughter for today. Let's go to the waterfront. The 3 Grand Masters, Meritus, and I have just decided to hold a small release ritual there. Now that the 3 Benevolent Ones' food chain problem is solved, their merits won't be undermined by others in the future. This is indeed something worth celebrating. If Yao Shi knows about this, I'm sure they will share our joy. Let's go and get some merits. What? Let's go get immeasurable merit. Apparently. Okay. Bye. You fools, what have you done? These lovely little creatures will carry your merits and depart to a bigger new world. Let's give them our blessings. Always be confident, my little darlings. The gracious Sanctus Medicus will surely illuminate your path ahead. Show your ferocious side like the beasts, my warriors. Your valor is the manifestation of the divine power of Yaoshi. Go ahead and thrive, my little blossoms of steel. Hey, what are you guys doing? Can you please stop dumping electronic waste into the water? Do you know how many innocent microbes are living in it? Read the room, mineral water guy. They seem to be deeply moved by their own actions. I'd better not disturb them. I have a feeling something's amiss about all this. Feeling dubious, you return to the exalting sanctum. Apparently. Well done, my friend. I got an official notification from the commission while I was out on a job. Those 3 saints from the Unshackled are in big trouble. What happened? Go to the exalting sanctum and you'll figure it out. Okay. How are the... Huh? What did we do? That helped. I was wondering when we were going to sabotage something at some point. But we didn't need to?
Do you know how to fix a star skiff?
No. Hello? You're here, Twitika. Thanks to your great idea, Tonya and the rest are in trouble. What are you talking about? You just offered them help at their request, that's all. How helpful you two have been. Now the three are bickering in the exalting sanctum. Check out the situation yourselves. Things are getting interesting. Are the three benevolent ones in the exalting sanctum now? Let's find out what kind of trouble they're having. How come you look so happy? Not at all. It's just the corner of my mouth is twitching. Is it? Is it now? So what's going on here? It was a Zuling cypress that had survived for more than 2,000 years. It was even older than me. Just like that, the tree was chopped off with a chainsaw by that thing. Do you know how much you have to pay for this? The life of a plant is priceless. Be serious. Plants can't speak. Be serious. Sure, please calm down, sir. I'll be serious. Turns out he can be serious. Sir, I'm innocent. It's all Tonya and Benna's fault. If they had been more clear-headed, they wouldn't have believed it was a plant. They could have stopped me and avoided all the damage that ensued. Don't pass the blame to someone else. You must either revive this ancient tree or grow 2,000 trees as compensation. Your choice. You're leaving me with no choice at all. Indeed, you have no choice. Let's get out of here as soon as possible. Heathman is at the end of his rope and seems desperate. He might sell us out soon. Oh dear. Don't want that, do we? No.
Do you know how to fix a star skiff?
No. What is going on here? Holy moly, Tonya. How did you get so badly injured? I'm waiting for the rescue star skiff of the Alchemy Commission. I have fractures all over my body. It was the doing of that huge automaton, the one called Grizzly. After I released it, it followed me to my home and gave me a tight embrace. Grizzly never forgets every favor it receives. It did that to return your kindness. Do people actually, Zhensho profanity, repay favors like this? Coughs. Alas, why don't you lie down and stay calm? This isn't our fault, is it? Pay me for my loss. If you two scoundrels hadn't brought me this cursed heap of metal, I wouldn't have. Hey, please get your facts right, Miss Tonya. Don't forget that the three of you were satisfied with the solution we offered. Benna and Heathman, those two idiots. If they hadn't been so gullible, I wouldn't have accepted this outrageous solution. Especially Heathman. Plants? He looks like one himself. One day I'll beat him up into a vegetable smoothie. Oh, cough, cough, cough. Take it easy. When you've recovered, we'll come and release beasts with you together. Get lost. When I get well, the first thing I'm going to do is settle the score with those two idiots. Then I'll deal with you two. Don't think that you're going to get away with this. No, oh dear. What's up, Benna? Did you increase your minutes after releasing the mechanical creatures? Don't even mention it. I've cried so much that I can't even breathe. Sounds awful. What happened? Why did the mechanical darlings we released blow themselves up? What? You weren't injured, were you? I'm fine, but the mechanical darlings started blowing up everywhere in Scale Gorge Waterscape once water seeped into their machinery. The Vidyadra dragged me to the Realm-Keeping Commission Chancery and accused me of setting off fireworks illegally in the holy place of the Vidyadra. I had no idea that disrespecting a holy place was such a grave offense. The fine was exorbitant. I've used up all of my retirement funds. I'm sorry, it was our suggestion. Exactly, it's all your fault. If you two had suggested releasing those damned mechanical darlings. But all three of you approved our idea. Those two hypocrites are outright idiots. I wonder how those two idiots were convinced. Can a mechanical creature be counted as a plant? What was going through Heathman's head? Tonya is the worst. If she hadn't insisted on releasing beasts, you wouldn't have brought those explosive mechanical things here. Take it easy. Aren't all of you the practitioners of the way of the abundance? Peace and harmony are priceless. peace. Forget about it. I'll make them pay for the loss I've suffered. And the two of you, just you wait. Oh my. Alas, no good deed goes unpunished. Poor things. Is this appropriate? Why are you being such a worrywart? Aren't you here to solve the trouble caused by the Unshackled? Now that you've done your job, you should be pleased. How did you know about that? Don't ask so many questions. As your tutor, I must prepare some surprises for you, right? Look at how worried you are. Twitka, I'll take care of this. You don't have to worry about how this all plays out. I can promise you a happy ending for everyone. What? Who are you really?
Registration always takes forever.
Hi, Twitka. Can I help you with anything? I'd like to talk to you about the Unshackled. That's what I want to discuss with you too, Twitka. Thank you for your help. Thanks to your brilliant plan, the 3 leaders of the Unshackled have suffered the consequences of their actions. Now they should be able to realize their mistake. Here is your reward. You deserve it. Please feel free to drop by if you encounter any issues. You're always welcome at the Realm Keeping Commission Chancery. That's it? I feel like we're going to have a follow-up at some point. At some point. Doesn't feel like we've finished, sort of thing. Maybe we'll get a message at some point, and then like maybe a day or 2 from now we'll get a follow-up quest. It just doesn't feel that's the end of that. We've seen other quests carry on before, so maybe. But we'll end this part here, and in the next part we'll see about this quest over here. So we'll see you in the next part. Ta-ra for now.